and browser is going, or peer-to-peer is going to happen on the real-time protocol, that is on the RTC or SRTP. Okay, before going into the further detail of WebRTC, let's understand some basic use cases of this WebRTC, how it is going to be a very useful in unified communication scenario. Just let me give you one very simple example. Suppose you are visiting a sales page or any contact center page or contact information page of any website, and you need to connect to an expert. Okay. So think if you have a face-to-face communication option available in the browser itself, from where you can directly connect to the expert, definitely it is going to improve your experience. Because otherwise you need to change your mode, you have to go and pick up your phone and dial the phone or write an email or send any SMS to expert to get your answer. Here you can, without changing your environment, you can directly connect with the expert. So this same example can be applied across multiple places or across all the places where you need to have a face-to-face interaction to improve your effectiveness of the communication. So as I said, that industry is realizing the power of WebRTC. Okay, so for example, Google is also anyway, this whole WebRTC is open project is started by Google itself, but now Google is adding this WebRTC support in their Google Hangout. Cisco is also providing the WebRTC support to their WebEx application. So the industry is realizing the power of WebRTC. What is the power of WebRTC? Is that you don't need to have any plugins. You don't need any. So if you don't need any plugins, means you don't have any security violation. You don't need to worry about that people's platform. If you have a browser, it is sufficient. It will work. And now browsers are getting enabled in more and more devices, like TV, infotainments. All these devices are getting browser day by day. So the actual, so apart from this consumer use cases, like it can be used in your call centers product, or it can be used in your gaming or in social media. Apart from this consumer side, definitely from the business point of view, it is going to improve a lot on your virtual meeting side. You can make a better face-to-face interaction, face-to-face collaboration. But the actual potential could be inside the business application, where you can add the business flow, or might be you can add this WebRTC capabilities inside your business flow itself. So it is going to improve a lot your retail applications or your healthcare applications might be going to get the most benefit from this technology. Let us go up further inside of this. So the major thing for any communication system is that how many people it is going to connect. So if the system is only working with a newer system and it is not working with the existing system, it is a problem. It is not going to scale to a very large extent. Okay. So the very important point which we are taking care in the WebRTC is that it should work with that existing SIG-based system. So from the architecture point of view, the major change here is that it allows browser to send the data directly between them. Okay. So in this way, if we are sending a data directly to the browser, that means we are saving some time. Otherwise, because how this normal browser is the normal client-server architecture model. This browser works on the client-server architecture model. Like you will send the data, it will go to the web server, and then it will respond. The web server will respond. So in this case, you will get some latency. Okay, you will get a couple of second latency. This is not acceptable in the case of real-time communication. So this WebRTC architecture is allowing the peer-to-peer communication. So browser to browser can communicate. And the second very important thing is that it is keeping signaling apart from this. So signaling, what is signaling? Signaling can be done on HTTP protocol or SIP protocol. Okay, let me explain you what is signaling. Signaling is something which is required for a client to set up a call. So a certain set of informations are getting exchanged, like what type of product you are going to use, if you are going to have a secure communication, then what are the key informations you have. So WebRTC is keeping this signaling apart from this. So the thing is that the idea behind is that to keeping the signaling out of WebRTC specification is that you can use any type of signaling. So you can address your IP-based phone devices where your signaling are basically SIP-based signaling, or maybe you can address a lot of vendor-specific devices where the vendors are using their own signaling protocols. So this is how WebRTC works. So in the case, suppose if you are accessing an application which is, if you are communicating between two browsers, then might be you can do your signaling over your HTTP protocol. But suppose if you want to interact from browser to any IP phone, okay, and IP phone is based on SIP. So then you can connect to your web server over the HTTP, and then web server will connect to the SIP proxy using that gateways, and then SIP proxy will connect to this IP phone over the SIP protocol. And